Isaiah Bond. Dude, tell me, this seems like bullshit to me, all right? Like, and this happens all the time. Some chick accuses him, right? He goes through whatever hell, misses the combine, whatever hell he has to go through, gets acquitted by the grand jury. So grand jury's like, dude's good. Evidence isn't here for the accusations. Nothing happens to her.
Whispers of a name, but the proof ain't dire. Bottle of whiskey and a match. Who started this fire?
Dude, speaking of sports, since we're on that topic, what about Isaiah Bond? What do you guys think?
What happened?
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, so this dude he's from Texas, one of the best wide receivers to go undrafted in the league because he had some legal issues with a sexual assault case that all the charges were dropped. He didn't have any money. I don't think he paid any hush money or anything because he wasn't drafted. He was literally an undrafted free agent. And then like after the charges were dropped, then the Browns snagged him really fast.
Yeah, what's interesting to me in that is it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was one accusation from one woman. So it wasn't like there was a whole bunch of corpses or skeletons. It was like one chick.
Yeah. Wasn't the Deshaun Watson
She
situation.
accuses him. This is crazy.
Rub down.
So she accused him of whatever. The details aren't public knowledge. I couldn't find any details when I was looking into this. So there's not any details, but he ends up going to a grand jury and the grand jury acquits him.
Okay.
So whatever they saw wasn't enough evidence for them to prosecute anything. So then he gets scooped up by the Browns, and then the NFL is now saying they've got to do their due diligence to make sure he's up to NFL standards to be able to play.
Which I think they did. The Brown. Well,
What is that?
the Browns
combine?
said they did that with Deshaun Watson too. So I mean, I don't know what the hell that means, but it's interesting that all of a sudden now that they're dropped, now teams were sweeping in to just grab this guy because he was like one of the best wide receivers available. Like I think he was supposed to go like second round.
Yeah.
In this past draft, he was supposed to go. Okay,
Yeah.
He's fresh out of college.
Yeah.
So where is it at with the NFL? Because last I checked, they were doing their due
The
diligence.
NFL is still doing their due diligence. The Browns have sent in like a bunch of like what they say is thorough investigations.
Okay, that's what I was
and
going to ask.
their findings. They sent that into the NFL and said like just take
so
our investigation.
So the grand jury wasn't good enough for their standards.
Apparently
that's
not.
Crazy.
So a grand jury acquits him, and that's not good enough for NFL
Well,
standards.
it's a PR decision kind of at that point. You know, you
Do you
can't
think
just
that
be
the NFL
picking
is-
up that guy right
Do you
away.
think that the NFL is doing extra investigations? They're saying they're doing it just
Kind of
for
what I
PR?
think.
Because, like, once again, if he's already been acquitted, what are we talking about?
Yeah, and he's one of the best. You already saw him in the thing. Did he get to do the combine and all that? Or did he miss out on that kind of stuff? Is that part of the evaluation? Make sure he's still good?
I'm sure that he got to go.
You don't
I'm
just
sure he went
lose
to
it
the combine.
that quick.
I'm
yeah.
sure he went to the combine and participated, and then he just went undrafted.
Right. Okay.
But
So-
as soon as he gets acquitted,
is that
when he-
confirmed there?
Is that
in the
it?
tent?
What confirmed?
He got to participate in like the combine and like the draft activities? He missed out on all
I
that?
think he missed out on most of that. Which leads me to my question: do you think that teams should back their guys when trouble and shit hits the fan, or do you think they should cut ties to protect the brand right
but
away?
this isn't the team though, right? This is the NFL. The Browns want him.
Well, yeah.
The Browns said we don't
pulling
have
for him.
our standards or
Well, the
whatever
Browns-
we can
The
get.
Browns don't really have a great track record with that.
But we'll
We
take
got Josh
anything.
Gordon, we got Deshaun Watson, we got
Come on, Josh Gordon is weed, bro.
dude. I
Now
know,
he's good.
dude. He should
now
have
he
been
would
one.
be like, you know what I'm saying?
You're
It's
singing to the
weed.
choir, dude.
Yeah, it was weed. I personally think that if he's acquitted, then he's fine, and I don't, you know.
Maybe the NFL really is trying to do him a solid. You know what I mean?
What are you talking
Like
about?
they're like, dude, you have a lot of talent. Don't go to the Browns. We're gonna spare you.
I mean,
You
while
know,
I
maybe
don't
low key,
disagree
they're
with
just like, this guy's so talented. We're gonna use this whole thing as an excuse.
How's he gonna get paid though?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's as far as my theory went. I've reached the
Not
limit.
very well thought through.
So do you,
I'm just saying, it's
Could
kind of
be
like a
true.
death sentence to go to the Browns, though, right?
I mean, yeah, the last like 25, 30 years haven't been
With the
great.
exception of 1 or 2 years, sprinkled in.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, Flacco and Baker. But what do you think about this though? Do you think that you'd rather have a teammate who's like clean and average, or one with baggage that has like dope skills, like Josh Gordon, for example.
Baggage.
Definitely.
If you're saying a Josh Gordon, it was weed and he couldn't control it at the time that it was illegal.
Ray Lewis.
100%. I would love to play with
Ray
Ray
Lewis.
Lewis.
Like I don't.
Guys want to play with the best talent.
Yeah.
Like in the game, you're not really worried about what this guy does off the court.
Don't care.
Don't care.
You don't care.
So I would 100% want to play with the best, whatever that means. And honestly, with all that baggage, you end up being a more interesting person.
For sure.
Probably something I could learn from you. Probably some opportunity to learn something or gain some wisdom from your fucked up life or
Right,
whatever.
But then we can go to the extreme and say Aaron Hernandez.
I mean, and there's probably something to learn there too. There's probably something to learn
That's
in
the
there.
right attitude,
murder.
Buck. That's a humble attitude. You can learn from everybody.
Don't murder.
Don't.
There's a great one right there, right out the gate.
Yeah, but do you think like a team? I mean, it seems like you're really looking at kind of two things with a guy. You're going to look at his talent, obviously,
Sure.
and then you're going to look at his attitude, right? Because you can get the most talented guys with bad attitudes. They fuck up the whole team.
And
So-
baggage doesn't necessarily
No,
not synonymous.
so I don't
with,
think the baggage might mean something about attitude. You know, some of these
Maybe.
guys are like, they don't give a shit about.
So
how
that's
it
what I'm
affects.
wondering. Is that what the investigation is? Are they getting into the personal life? Are they talking to friends? Like, how deep is this going? Do they want to just make sure he's good,
I would assume.
or are they just? Is it just PR moves and they're really doing
I
nothing?
think it's PR moves, and I think that when it gets into like I think it's strictly about whatever that case is. You know, not his personality. The Browns have already signed him, so they've
For
already
$3 million
right, so
as
they
a
think he's cool.
rookie.
You know what I mean? They think he's cool. So
Right.
it's just the NFL like looking at his background, I would assume. But I don't think that whether he gets along with people here, I don't think that really matters
Yeah.
to the NFL, you know, because there's a lot of people.
Do they
dicks.
dissect players that deep?
Oh,
They're
the
looking to
teams,
drafting them.
The
Yeah,
teams.
have you seen the drafting process, Buck? When they are, when they like
know it
go
gets
to the
pretty
combine,
detailed.
and then they have like all those rooms set up with all the teams, and then the players go from like team to team and interview.
Yeah.
Have you seen those interviews, Buck? They
Yeah,
are crazy.
But then
I've
they
seen
people-
some of them, but more what I'm asking, I guess, is like, are they going to like people that know you, like old high school football coaches,
Yeah, I
and
think so.
old relationships and buddies and parents?
If I'm about to give you $40 million off rip, I
Yeah.
think so. I think
they do.
Well,
But
I mean, you know, they a lot of people liken it to slavery. They poke and prod this and that. I think it's ridiculous, but they do. Have you heard?
Kaepernick made a big stink
No, it
about
was his
that.
girlfriend.
I thought he was doing it too. He didn't say it.
It was. Look it up, but I'm sure it was his
Check,
girlfriend.
bro, because I thought it was him.
It was his
That's what I
girlfriend,
saw.
and when he was on his way to the Ravens, his girlfriend had made that.
That you're a slave by playing in the league that everybody on the planet is trying to get into, that's playing football,
Yeah.
and get paid huge money.
huge money, slavery.
And
Slave had no choice.
that
You have a
doesn't make
choice
any
not. Slaves had no choice, regardless. But I'm sure it was his girlfriend, and he's
Colin Kaepernick draws a parallel between the NFL draft process and slavery, specifically comparing the draft combine to slave auction.
so go see that.
so he did.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
no, for sure. But like, I think see if his girlfriend said it originally, because I remember that was a major stink on Sports Talk Radio. It was
Yeah, and how do you compare it to slavery when white dudes are up there too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
really
lame
think it was
one.
a really weak
That's just
argument,
someone
and there's a
reaching
reason
for
why
That
the
was a
tension
guy
in the
who had
league.
nothing going, dude. So that's the only card he could play.
100%.
Well, no, he had something going. He was on his way to the Ravens. You know, like the Ravens.
I don't remember when it picked. He was
Yeah, he was on his way to the Ravens after the Niners, and then he went through this little thing. And the Ravens, when he made those statements with him or his girlfriend, but obviously both of them said it at some point.
yeah.
They were off of him.
Let me ask you this, going back to Isaiah Bond. Dude, tell me, this seems like bullshit to me. All right, like, and this happens all the time. Some chick accuses him, right? He goes through whatever hell, misses the combine, whatever hell he has to go through, gets acquitted by the grand jury. So grand jury's like, dude's good. Evidence isn't here for the accusations. Nothing happens to her. Nothing happens to her. So she makes this accusation in a court of law with all evidence on there. A massive accusation that fucks up a guy's life, could ruin his whole career. I mean, he's still being vetted by the NFL.
Yeah.
And there's no blowback on that?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. There should be some consequence because these women are just throwing out accusations all willy-nilly.
So
It's not cool.
To your point, there was a guy, if I'm not mistaken, he went to USC or UCLA, and he wound up doing time in jail, and it turned out that the young lady was lying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he served 4 or 5 years, and he was a top prospect.
Yep.
If it comes out that you're flatly lying, should you now have to go do 5 years also?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's enough of that going around that there needs to be some sort of accountability measures set in place for women who are caught in lies. And I think there should be investigations surrounding that. Like, I honestly think that investigations should surround Deshaun Watson, although I do kind of believe some of those instances. There was 22 women talking about that whole thing. But I think there has to be, because this dude ran 22 miles an hour at the combine. 22 miles an hour. He's the fastest receiver there. Fastest. And now he's losing money because he was undrafted. He got picked up as a free agent. Now he has to like completely prove himself in his first year, which I don't disagree with that either. But at the same time, it's like, man, we know the dude's a baller. We saw him play at Texas. Like, that woman ruined his chances of getting drafted, ruined that experience. Like, that guy's probably been looking forward to that his entire life.
Absolutely.
And he missed it.
Absolutely.
And he
And
missed
how much
it.
money did he lose out on? Because you said he still's getting.
He got signed for
$3
$3 million. He probably would have been signed for 5 or 6. For I think so. That's what wide receivers
half
who
his
go
money.
high go for. And he
Well,
lost a
it's-
couple mil.
Isn't it
sucks.
slotted? So it's slotted. So if he was a top 10 pick, it's slotted, regardless of position.
Correct.
Right?
So that's
Yeah.
where he lost.
Yeah, so he lost. I agree with you. He lost a ton of money. Whatever that number is, he lost a ton of money. If in fact he would have been a first round pick, high pick,
But yeah,
Can
I
I
think
give-
there should be some kind of consequence for just straight up lying.
Yeah, I think it's got to be massive too. I think
Right.
you got to stop this. Up.
If,
This whole
if
Me
that's
Too
how it comes
bullshit,
out that it
where-
was a direct lie, like if this chick is like claiming and there wasn't evidence and like neither are right, then
I think-
maybe that's different. But when it comes out that you're like blatantly lied in front of a court, in front of a judge or whatever, hand on the Bible,
I think
then you got to do some kind of time. Maybe it's not equal a
Nah,
whole
bro.
5 years.
think about if
I think
I'm
it
sorry,
should be, but it's got to be something.
I just did 5 years for a lie. So if you're an athlete, as you know, as we all know, you can't get those 5 years back, right?
True.
You can give me X amount of dollars, right, for the time that I served, and you can be like, okay, let's prorate this, that, and the other. No. At the end of the day, you cannot get back those 5 years as an athlete.
100%.
Done.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
found this on X. Somebody's talking about this, saying calling it masculine to defend yourself after accusations just proves how outdated masculinity is. Real progress is men shutting up and listening to survivors. If you can't handle being quiet and humble, then you're part of the problem. Masculinity itself is the issue here. That's what someone's saying on X.
Damn,
That's a
dude.
fucking jokester.
That is a woman that is going to stay single for the rest of her lives. I'm assuming it was. She's got the cat tree in the
The biggest
backdrop.
bunch of bullshit I've
Right.
ever heard.
That's true.
You gotta be kidding
You did
me.
this. No, I didn't. Like, what? I can't say no, I didn't. What?
Yeah, he literally went up in the Browns presser this week and was like, "Hey, listen, I know y'all are gonna ask questions about this whole thing. My agent, and my lawyer has said, no, I shouldn't talk about this. So let's talk about the Browns and let's talk about football."
Right.
And that's what he said. I think that was a strong statement.
But
I thought-
but that chick said that it's masculinity is a problem. It's a problem. So if a woman makes an accusation to be masculine, whether it's right or wrong, you just have to be quiet,
Take it. Just
and you just have to take it. And that's what's called.
let's not even dignify that though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Dude, it's so
Wild.
Dignify that.
that is so bonkers,
That is
man.
no sense.
But you know what, though? I have a personal relation to that comment because when I was married, all right, and because this shit goes way
I thought you were
beyond
about to say when I was getting drafted.
back in the day, boys.
Psych.
I ran a 4.4. That was a pretty impressive physical specimen.
Get the fuck out.
You're in a 4-4 in the thing.
No, I think my
Never
fastest.
ran
I
under
was like-
5 in your
Five,
life.
My fat.
Five
No, I got
years.
under 5. I
I'm
got
just
4.7, dude.
That was
was
a
my
joke.
fastest.
That was-
I think
5-yard dash.
back when I was leading.
You're in a 4-4 5-yard dash.
No, but dude, like, so this goes way beyond like the NFL. There's dudes that can't see their kids because of a woman's lie
Yes.
about it, right? I have a buddy of mine that got accused of abusing his kid by his wife. This is a long time ago.
Mhm.
So he gets this accusation. None of us know. We just hear what's happening in that. He goes to
He
prison.
shut up.
I don't know what he did.
But you didn't
I
know
knew
about
him from high school. Then I wasn't in touch with him. I heard about what happened. Then I got back in touch, but I
Okay.
never asked him about
So
it. I
no,
didn't want to bring
okay.
it up. But I
Different.
just know kind of the surface level details. So he goes to prison for however many years for abusing his kid. She makes his accusation. When he gets out, she gets back with him.
Wow.
Total bullshit. And the guy's like, dude, I never did anything. Like,
Why would he even want to get back?
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's a whole
Yeah.
mess.
That's a whole
Yeah,
nother
he just
thing.
It's a whole
everything,
freaking mess.
yeah.
But when I was married, dude, I would get accused of all kinds of shit.
Wow.
You know, by my ex. And then if I defended myself, she'd be like, see, now I know you're guilty because you're defending yourself. So her whole thing was like this whole gaslight, fucked up situation is like, if you stand up for yourself, if you speak up for yourself, then you're somehow bad.
Well,
Let
the
me-
goal
let-
is to quit, get people to stop lying. And if there's some kind of consequence,
There has to
never-
be, man.
there has to
There-
be.
and it
I
has to be
guarantee
severe.
a lot of that
Let me
bullshit
throw a
goes
wrinkle
away.
before we move on. Let me throw a wrinkle. Like, so let's say that he got in trouble, like the guy from the Raiders.
Oh, Ray Lewis?
No, the Raiders, not the Raiders. The car
Ruggs?
accident. Yeah,
Ruggs?
right. Henry Ruggs. Is it Henry Ruggs? The car accident?
Yeah, Henry
All
Ruggs
right.
the third.
So, car accident. Young lady died, and the dog dies.
I
He
thought
goes to
she had a
jail.
kid too that died.
A kid, there was a child that died also.
I thought so.
Maybe. Okay. So, do you think that after you do something heinous, whether you're an artist, should your music get banned? So if it's R. Kelly, if you're an athlete, you shouldn't get picked up by a team. So if you get acquitted, you do your time. 5 years, whatever. Michael Vick, for instance, with the dogs.
Yeah.
Do you think that once those things are passed, you should get another opportunity to do what you do?
Hey, if you guys are sick and tired of taking supplements that really don't move the needle in your physical fitness, go ahead and check out my new company we just launched, No Name Supplements. No name, no bullshit. What's in there is exactly what it claims to be. Everything we produce is tested, and you'll see phenomenal results from using it. So go hit it up and use my discount code right here in the caption to get 10% off your first order.
Should
Yeah.
people still play R. Kelly's music, even though, do you feel guilty for listening to R. Kelly?
No.
I mean, I never listened to R. Kelly, but I think that you should let them if they served their time and they were exonerated or whatever.
Yeah.
and
Well, he
they're
wasn't
back into
Christ.
life-
Not exonerated.
Well, I mean, they've served their time and
Right.
they did the punishment that was given to them, and they served it well, and they didn't do anything crazy, and they come back. Yeah, you did your time. Like, you shouldn't be held to a different standard anymore, I think, after that, unless you're showing signs of being a problem.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
Let me
agree.
play the devil's advocate on this. All right, because one, no, I don't think you should be canceled. Right? I think we have this culture of canceling people because people get off on watching the downfall of somebody. Like, so there's like this whole thing that's going on. But let me ask you this: if you have a daughter and some dude had some rap sheet in his past, domestic violence, whatever, sexual assault, whatever is going on in his past, went to prison, out now. Do you consider that?
Consider that what? What do you mean? Like
Would you be like, no, I'm not okay with my daughter dating a guy that's got this past? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No,
yeah.
I think that's a
Definitely
crazy. I
consider
think
it.
that's a crazy extreme versus.
Well, I'm using
This dude get a
I'm using
job.
extreme. We're talking about a principle.
Can this dude get a
No,
job
no, yeah,
with my
right.
daughter?
No, I'm just playing devil's advocate because one, I don't think that people should be canceled. So you ask my opinion? No, I hate this cancel culture. I
Look,
think
I'm
what
gonna ask you a
Jesus said,
question.
like, you without sin cast the first stone.
So I'll answer. I'm going to ask you a question. The answer to your question is I would have a problem with domestic violence. I would have a problem with my daughter dating someone who is known and been convicted of beating women. Sexual assault, I would have a problem with that.
Right?
Absolutely. I think that when it comes to a job, I don't think that people should. I think once you do your time, you should get an opportunity. If you're still able to play at a high level and perform, yes, you should have an opportunity to play because it's a job. It's a job. So if I go to Walmart, they'll let me stock shelves. You know what I mean? Like, it's a job. So now I do understand that to play in the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, that is that's a special opportunity, and that's a blessing to play in those leagues. So they can, like shut you out. But I think you should get an opportunity.
I'm gonna say something too. I think like it's just comparing this to the Ruggs situation here. That listen, like that kid was young. He just got his first millions. He got a supercar, and he did some stupid ass shit, and he caused an accident, and it killed somebody. And if he gets out of jail and he wants to pursue the NFL, he's not going to get in based on how they're currently operating. But I think he should have the chance because he was a young, stupid, idiot kid who made a decision that affected some other people's lives and his. But like,
I think
sexual assault wise, like if my daughter's dating somebody with sexual assault, like that's harder for me to comprehend there because
there's
it's
certain things that
there's certain
never
things that you just
change.
don't get rid of in your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and it's not a fair comparison because one, you're talking about a relationship, ongoing relationship with somebody on an intimate level where that would play in. This is talking about your performance with a particular job. So yeah,
but like talking about like a man's reputation and how it can make or break his future in sports, based on what people say about them. What do you think about what's going on with this Umar Johnson guy?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Dr. Umar Johnson. What do you think about that? Yeah, he had like a school and some other guy came in and was like, I'm going to buy it and tear it down because I hate you.
So, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know why these brothers do this kind of crap. So, he's been raising money. I'll just give you like the quick overview. He's been raising money, if I'm not mistaken, since like 2010. And he wanted to have the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School for Black Boys, right? And it's like whole Pan-African school for black young men. He raised $1.6 million. He bought the school for $400,000, which obviously leaves 1.2. Fast forward to about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, he goes online and he's like, all of my accounts are frozen, my personal account, my business account frozen, so I can't access any money. And he gives this whole little rant about why they're frozen, whatever. So then comes out about a week later that the state of Delaware, they want $72,000 for back taxes and everything, all the renovations, whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's
whatever money was
whatever
spent.
money that they need in order for him to keep the building, and it totaled $72,000. Well, he then obviously he got ahead of it by saying, "Oh, my accounts are frozen." And then conveniently, a week later, you owe $72,000. You see what I'm saying? Like
So the timing there,
like
it's a little suspicious.
you knew that you owed this money, therefore you try to get ahead of it.
Is he
to be like,
lying
oh,
about his accounts being frozen, or did the state of Delaware freeze
1,000%,
him?
like he fucked off that money. Like come on, think about it. If I come out, you come out a week ahead and like, oh, my accounts are frozen, this, that, and the other. And I've had these accounts since I was 16, this, that, and the other. And they can't access my account. If you listen to the little 6-7 minutes of it, it's ridiculous. And then again, when you find out that a week later that the guy owes $72,000, it's like, oh, conveniently your accounts are frozen.
Yeah.
Conveniently, where's all the money? Why don't you have $72,000? Oh, because my
so
account-
now they're threatening shutting down the school.
Oh, they're going to
And
auction
now
it
it's
off.
drama because it's an all-male black school.
Well, the drama was
So is it being painted as racist?
he's paying it.
That's what I mean.
painting
That's
it as-
he's using this as an
He's
excuse
using
to
it.
play the
yes,
race card.
exactly. Like, oh, they don't want Dr. Umar, and he's putting
Educating
himself in-
black boys to whatever.
Right. The man is trying to take our school away from us, brothers and sisters.
So
They're trying to take
So when you hear a man blame racism for losing ground, do you see that as him standing strong against the system, or just using it as an excuse for failure?
I think he's a disgrace and a charlatan, especially with how smart that brother is, and he's extremely charismatic, and he's sharp. He's really sharp, and I think that he had a great opportunity. If in fact that's the route that he wanted to go, he had a great opportunity to do so, right? But again, he completely fucked himself, and he makes it to where a lot of black people are always leery of other black people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nonsense. But where I want to take the conversation is how, first of all, it goes immediately to racism, right? When the dude on the board is black, and he's like, bro, just give us our fucking money. Like, no one is trying to take your school away. But how does it make you feel that if that were you, like, when you hear a school for black kids, what does that make you think about? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's good? Do you think it's kind of like it's ridiculous? Yeah, like, where, as white guys, does it come across unfair? You know, especially being that in today's society, that the heterosexual white guy is the villain and the fallback. You guys get the blame for everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Whether it be the feminist movement, when it comes to blacks, when it comes to Asians, everything and everybody, even other heterosexual black white dudes blame heterosexual white dudes. Like, you guys get the blame for everything.
Yo, I got a comment on X that's just on this exact topic right here. It says, if you think calling out racism is an excuse, then you're admitting you benefit from it. That's exactly what oppressors say to silence black voices. If you don't see racism here, you're willfully blind.
Clint Dobbins sounds like a white guy. To your point,
Yeah.
probably a white straight guy.
He's yeah.
He's from Spokane, Washington, so the shoe fits.
Yeah.
All right, Clint.
I don't know.
Well,
The first thing I think of is I bet their basketball team's pretty good. You know, and beyond that, it's just like, yeah, pay your money. I don't look at it any type of way. If you owe money, you owe money. What are you doing with all this money and you fucked it all off? You didn't pay taxes?
And the school never opened.
but this is a private school,
It
right?
never opened since 2010?
What?
This is like,
The school isn't
I don't
open
even know
yet.
how this gets lost
since
in the
2010?
racism
So
translation.
I've got a question then.
It's
So do
ridiculous.
you think this dude was really trying to build something to like build his own name and legacy, or do you think he was actually trying to help his community?
No, I think he's a charlatan. I think it was a scam the whole time. I think you should chat GPT and then, like, try to condense Umar Johnson. See if it can give you just a condensed overview of Umar Johnson. But just my initial question, the question, like, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, I'm going to answer that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
for
what the
sure.
question is. So this my answer is, if it's a private school, you should be able to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
So if you want to get really specific about who you admit, if you want it to be all trans people, you should be able to have a trans school.
Mhm.
I think it's weird as fuck, but if that's what you want to do, you should. If you want to have a all black school, I don't have any problem with it.
Right.
The problem is that you can't have an all white school. Not that I want an all white school. I'm not even advocating for it. I'm just saying, whatever's good for the gander's got to be good for the goose, or whatever's good for the goose is good for the gander. Is what I meant to say. So if you can have an all black school, this is where I think is such bullshit. Is like, if you had an all white school, you would be racist, dude. You would be absolutely eviscerated in the
Be
news.
located in Alabama.
Yes.
Or Northern Idaho?
Or Northern Idaho.
Yeah,
no,
there's
so
definitely a double standard there.
So I don't care if you want to have a private school that gives, it wants a certain type of student there, and you're going to be really dialed in and specific on a certain demographic of people. Cool. It's just got to go both ways. You can't throw stones at somebody who wants to do an all white school.
I agree.
Gosh, man, we are all in agreement on this, man. This is
I know.
good.
Some of these are too ridiculous. It's like, how the fuck could you even agree? Or
But let me ask you this:
Who's even coming up with these thoughts
I'll take it
and
later.
comments?
So let's talk
Weirdos.
about the race card for a second. So he's claiming racism. We get a comment from Clint, whoever, who's saying that, you have basically it's the same thing we were talking about with women. You have to believe all black voices, right? So if a black guy says it's racism, then it has to be racism. If a woman says she's been, sexually assaulted, then it was a sexual assault. You're guilty before proven innocent. Let me ask you this. I'm curious your take on this. So I don't see racism in our country. Now everybody's gonna be like, well, of course you don't. You're a white guy. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I don't see it. I don't see any laws that are passed that are keeping black people down. I don't see. What I see right now is if you're black, you're top of the food chain. Women love you. You're top of the cultural movement right now. It's like it's cool. It's cool to be black right now. That's what I see. And you can push back on any of this. But I think right now it's really cool. We celebrate that culture, and that culture has a huge amount of influence in everything, every aspect of our society. What I think happens, though, because I think a lot of black folk genuinely see the world through a racist lens, right? So that's how they see it. They really believe that the world is out to get them. And here's an example that kind of drove home my point, and I want to get your feedback on this. So I have one of my all-time best friends. You know who he is. He lives out in Florida. I'm not going to say any names. Black guy. We're driving in. He was one of my roommates back in college. We're driving to, I don't remember where we're driving. I get pulled over for going like 12 miles over the speed limit. He's driving with me in the front seat. Cop pulls me over, gives me a ticket. As soon as the cop leaves, he says to me, he pulled us over because I'm driving in the front seat. I'm driving in this front seat with you. That's what he said. Now, I had just barely got my license from being unsuspended for having copious amounts of speeding tickets by myself as a white guy. So, like, I had so many speeding tickets at that time. And I'm like, bro.
You drive the same.
He pulled me over because we were speeding. We were 12 miles over the speed limit. But in his mind, everything was seen kind of through that racist lens. It's like, no, it's because I'm black that we got pulled over. I'm like, well, how about the other 10 times I got pulled over in the last, year and a half when it was me by myself?
Which he could clearly see that record.
Well, I told him
Cop
that.
is seeing that.
The cop, yeah, right. He's like, dude, this guy speeds all the time, man. So he gave me a ticket. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that scenario, I think our boy's tripping. I mean, simply he's tripping. If you have a history of speeding, even to this day, you know what I mean, you don't keep your eyes on the road, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, bro, you
all right.
you have sometimes you're just like this for 5 minutes.
Hey,
For the record, I've never been in an accident that was my fault.
knock on
Ever.
see, we're gonna leave it alone. Knock on wood, no accidents.
Driving aggressive does not mean you're driving bad.
Aggressive, my boy, you will turn around and you'll have a full conversation while
Well, that's because you're making some silly remarks in the back seat, dude.
You don't have to look eyes forward. My guy, eyes forward. But I think that so I think your initial statement when you're like black guys are black people are celebrated. I think we've always been celebrated. I think that, but we were celebrated because we could dribble a basketball or sing and dance, and I think that historically, and I'm not like this historian, and I don't know. There's a whole bunch I don't know about because I'm really not that interested in stuff. But I do know that it was sing, nigga, sing, dance. You know what I'm saying? All of that. We were for entertainment. So again, I think to celebrate our talents has always been there because we were used for white people's entertainment, and so I think in some respects it's still done that like that today. I think that when you look at how hip hop and certain things get pushed, I'm not saying that it's strictly racism, this, that, and the other, but look at the things that get glorified all the time. Look at the type of music that gets pushed, the black music that gets pushed. Never the positive stuff. Never.
True.
You're going to hear the nonsense. And I think we all know what it is. We don't have to get into the nonsensical rappers. We just understand what it is, what it has been, and what I think will always be. So I think when it comes to the way our culture is, I think it's always been, we've always been kind of lit. Literally, I think black people have always wanted to bite black people's style. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back to the 50s and 60s,
Elvis, literally
just
copied
saying.
like a jazz musician.
Once
Stole his
again,
whole vibe.
I think black people have always been mimicked. You know what I'm saying? Always.
Yeah, but that's like the highest form of praise.
And yes, I get what you're saying.
I saw a ginger
but it's an
kid,
insult.
bro.
It's also an insult too. It's like
But where's the insult? Where's the insult in that? Like, so let's say we celebrate any group for their talents.
But it's like
what
you're
they're
not,
good at.
Yo, but hang on.
Like Asians are good at accounting.
Sometimes black people like mimic our white culture too. I mean, you see the black women with the wigs. I mean, come on now.
Bro.
That's
Is
just
that
one
copying like the big wigs?
Well, you
Back
got,
in the
yeah.
Thomas
Bro,
Jefferson days?
you got-
What are you talking about?
you got a lot of country black artists now too.
Yeah, Shabuzi.
Well, hold on. Well,
Shabuzi?
just because you have a twang doesn't mean you want to be white. That's just their.
I'm not saying you want to be white.
dialect.
That's white
Yeah,
culture.
you know,
I'm saying country
or-
music is white culture. I'm not saying they want
No,
to
it's
be white.
not. Like, the country music. Country music is country music. Just because whites popularize it, and in Texas, like if you go back to Chuck Berry and a whole bunch of other people, where you get artists who literally stole their songs, stole these guys' songs. And if you're talking about black women want to be, stop it. You know why do white girls tan? Because they want darker skin. Why do they get full lips and Botox and all that shit? Why? Who has big lips,
BBL.
fat butts? Who has the big lips and fat butts?
The Kardashians.
Oh. They're Arabic or some shit.
Armenian. Like,
They're not white
I
girls.
was just pushing back because like that's
Man,
we
you need to
mimic
push that
each other,
shit to-
man. It's
push
But,
that
but
shit
no,
to
no.
the
But
eye.
so it's an insult. It's an insult. Let me get the. It's an insult to celebrate the things that black people are interested.
No, because it's not necessarily settled. Like, you're celebrating the wrong thing. The people that celebrate the brothers that's out here doing something positive. We're putting to the forefront.
But what do you?
Sexy Red is getting pushed to the forefront.
But okay. But what do we
the
celebrate
Jews are pushing it, right, Sam?
Hey, listen, I'm
from the
not about
tent?
to go down that rabbit hole today. All right,
Rabbit hole.
Who owns all the record labels, Sam?
all the Jews. All right, okay, I said it. All the Jews.
It's true.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, when we talk about who gets celebrated, and if we're strictly talking about music, I think, like, look at the music that gets pushed. It's all the music that literally leads to the
But
downfall.
don't you see black people getting celebrated in politics? Don't you see, like, a lot of them get a lot of attention? They get on. They get a lot of media.
You want to brag about Kamala?
I'm not even talking about Barack. You know, like whoever you want to talk about. Like, was Kamala even black? First of all, like we still haven't figured that one out. Dude. Was she?
Yeah, I think that one got
Like-
debunked.
Like,
So all I'm saying.
politics, you're going with the.
But you
Barack
sell-
is the exception to the rule.
What do white people get celebrated for?
Being able
Bro,
to swim fast.
Yeah, hockey.
Swim at all.
We got hockey. I mean, like the average guy showing up and doing his job, nobody's getting celebrated. Some dude that's going to being a plumber or working to put a shelter over his
Okay,
family's head.
so-
no one's getting celebrated unless they're exceptional at something.
Regardless of our political beliefs, okay, whatever. If you're the president, let's just say you've gotten celebrated because the majority likes you.
Okay.
People fuck with you. How many black presidents have there been?
Well,
Okay, so I rest my case when it comes to that.
but look at the population size.
Okay, so
Like
bro,
fair
who-
representation. How much of the
we
population?
can still vote. Like, black people vote, white people vote, Asians vote, people vote. I understand that. Not all white people are voting for all white people. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we only had one black president.
That was voted in by white people.
One, my guy.
Who else? But what other
One-
candidate has been run that was a
Once
serious
again,
candidate?
let's not. I don't know. I just know the end result. Can we just speak about the facts? We're not going to talk about all the people who ran this and that. I don't care about the sprinters, my dude. Let's just talk about the people who won the race, right? Who won the race?
Well,
One black guy.
how many presidents have we had since the 1960s? Because we did a lot of changing in the 1960s.
No, I agree.
So how many presidents have there
You're
been?
not going to get me to sit up here and cry
Still
racism.
one, right?
No, I'm not talking to black. I'm in general. Total,
not about
total amount of presidents. What is it, like
One.
7 or 8? I don't know how many presidents.
Right.
Something like that. I don't know.
Tuesday,
We could-
yeah. Like, you're not gonna like lead me down a rabbit hole of crying racism. 'Cause
No, I know. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to understand. Because you were making it sound like it's an insult to
No, I think-
celebrate
I-
black music
I
or black
think-
athletes or whatever else.
No, I said when it comes to music, celebrating back black athletes, but it's the same thing we've always been celebrated for, though. It's singing, dancing, and putting on a show. Think about it. We get celebrated for putting on a show. Jay-Z, how did he become a billionaire? He put on a show. Michael Jordan, he's putting on a show.
The greatest shows.
But how many white people want to do that? Everybody wants to do that.
They
Everybody
wanna
wants
do
to
it
be
because
celebrated.
you don't
for
have
putting on a show.
because you don't have the ability to do it. Because think about every white dude.
We don't have
who
the
is-
ability to do it.
because you would have done it. You've had every opportunity.
Well,
Hey, hang on.
we've
Tom
got,
Brady,
like,
dog. All right.
and Tom Brady
Tom
gets
Larry
celebrated.
Bird.
No, but look, in 1988 is when actually Doug Williams is the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Right? Warren Moon was in the league before, but look at what happened since then. Look at the league now. How many black quarterbacks are there? Oh, who's the best? Who are the best quarterbacks in the league? I'm sorry, my guy. Sorry. So when I'm talking about you just basketball, every time there's a white dude that touches the basketball court, They are looking to give him and shower him with all the praise. Cooper Flag is the next everything until he's not.
Yeah, guys like Austin Reeves
You're
all kinds of praise.
You're looking
from
to
LeBron
praise.
himself.
But what I'm saying is that limelight,
Mm-hmm.
sports, entertainment industry, whatever it is, acting, Hollywood, whatever it is, everybody wants to be there. So that's what I'm saying. How's it an insult? Like that they're getting.
No, I don't think. I think what's insulting is when not the athletes. The athletes work hard, and I think when it comes to sports, it's a meritocracy, and everybody has an opportunity to do it, right? And if you're great at it and you do well, you're gonna shine. Period. Point blank. There is nobody that
There's
can
no way to
push you.
hide.
You can't push. I can't push you if you're not good enough.
Right.
Right. But look at the music. When I'm talking
They
about the
push
part
the
that's an
negative
insult,
shit.
They push the bullshit, and we know.
Well, we've already figured out who started that fire.
Right. But that's the only thing I'm talking about.
The rabbi hole, maybe.
The rabbi hole.
Yeah. So that is where I'm like, you know.
Hey guys, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Also leave comments. You can join us here at the fire. It really helps us build this show up in the right way. Your guys' support is very much needed. Thank you.
Boots in the dust, smoke in the air, echoes of a shotgun, danger